Very simply, you've had, I'm a newspaper guy. I've worked at 4 different papers now. You have an ownership structure in American newspapers that, by and large, doesn't care about its citizens, is not interested in making this world better, or not as interested in making this world better as they are about making profit. And so for 30 years now, corporate ownership of American newspapers have been bleeding papers dry, making massive profits, 20 and 30% year over year. And so as a result of that, in order to maintain this profit threshold, they've got to cut newsroom jobs. And when you cut newsroom jobs, everybody has less time to tell stories. And so you're seeing the seizure of time because of the demand for high profits. And you're also seeing, in some places, unfortunately, it's become the sort of the liquidation of community loyalty to a paper, to a brand that's been around for 150 years. I'm thinking of the Times-Picayune in New Orleans specifically. And this is a paper that has served its readers well for more than 100 years, and is owned by an irresponsible media company that's now cut daily subscriptions back to, I think you can get the paper 3 days a week maybe. They're going all online. They've cut they slashed the newsroom staff. It's a fraction of what it once was. And so you don't have time. Reporters don't have time anymore. Now it's a matter of creating content to drive clicks. That's not storytelling, and it's not fulfilling for readers. But that's happened at papers all over the place. Time is, the biggest challenge, but it's not because the reporters don't want to do these stories, for heaven's sakes. Everybody wants to do a killer long-form story that sends somebody to jail or brings, some level of justice into a tragic situation. But my hope, if we want to talk about this, my hope is that you're starting to see people, philanthropic, civic-minded, very rich people buying papers with an interest in making the paper, returning the paper to its former greatness, and making it profitable, but also not so profitable that you're giving people crap. You're throwing something nobody wants to read into a million driveways every morning. And I'm thinking of Jeff Bezos at the Washington Post, and John Henry at the Boston Globe, and the fellow who's now the publisher at the LA Times, whose name escapes me. I think you're Warren Buffett, for heaven's sakes, who bought the Media General chain. I think you're going to see more of that, a return of the paper to the cities, and the papers to the cities, because of people who realize there's an important role for newspapers to play in democracy. That's my hope, anyways.